Do you ever feel like you are just constantly giving, but never quite getting that moment to just rest? Like your energy is always being pulled in so many different directions that even when you do actually try to rest, you're just constantly still switched on. The hard part is you don't feel like you're actually allowed to step back. But what if protecting your energy is actually being a part of being a good foster carer? Well, by the end of this episode, you'll understand how to protect your energy in a way that feels aligned to who you are and how you run your home so that you can continue fostering from a place of steadiness, not from a place of exhaustion. One of the things that often goes unnoticed in fostering is just how much you are constantly giving. You are constantly emotionally present. You have to be physically available to everybody all the time. You're constantly mentally switched on. You're always aware of your surroundings. You become hyper vigilant. So even in the quiet moments, you are still continuously holding something. And more often than not, it's very heavy. So this is where things become really hard because stepping back can actually feel really uncomfortable. And it can leave us sometimes thinking, well, I should be doing more. What if something happens? What if somebody needs me? What if I let somebody down? And sometimes even, what will other people think of me? So instead of pausing, instead of resting, we just keep going. And I've had many seasons like this, and my worst one was early last year, where I didn't even realize how tired I was because I just got so used to functioning at such a high level, just constantly being there for everyone, still showing up for everyone. But not just my household, but I was always there for my friends and for my family, still constantly doing everything for everyone, but feeling constantly stretched underneath it. And it wasn't until I completely burnt out and became extremely ill that I was then actually forced to slow down. And what I've actually realized over that is I can't keep doing that long term. That's not sustainable. And this is the shift that changed so much for me. Back then, I didn't prioritize myself over others. I gave myself until my cup was completely emptied. And I still tried to keep giving to others. And honestly, I can't stress this enough. Your energy, it is your life source. And your life source is so valuable. That is what you have. And just like anything else of value, it needs to be stewarded. Because when your energy is low, everything just feels hard. But when your energy is protected, you learn to show up differently. So let me just say this today to you so clearly that yes, you are allowed to step back. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to not be available all of the time. You are allowed to say no to people. And it doesn't make you a bad carer, or even a bad mother, or a bad wife, or a daughter, or friend, or whatever you may be to others. It actually makes you a good, sustainable one. And these things, they don't have to be big. It can just look like taking a pause before you respond to messages, not filling every single gap in your day to accommodate for others, and let something just wait until tomorrow. Creating small moments where you're not constantly on. Take time away from your phone, take time away from your home. Even if you just go outdoors for 20 minutes and just go for a quick walk. Yes, these are just small decisions, but they truly protect your capacity. And I want to prepare you for this, that when you start protecting your energy, guilt might show up. You might feel like you should be doing more, that you're letting someone down, and that you're not doing enough. And these were all thoughts that I had. I never felt like I was doing enough. But that guilt, it's not always a sign that you're actually doing something wrong. Sometimes it's a sign that you just need to start doing something differently. And this is where we come back to what we're shown in scripture. In Mark 16:31, come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. So knowing that even Jesus stepped away, even he didn't stay constantly available to everybody. So neither do you have to. And this is something that I really want you to take away with you today, that you don't have to earn rest. You don't have to reach complete exhaustion and burnout like I did before you make a change, before you allow yourself to rest or even pause in small moments throughout the day. So no, rest is not a reward, but it is a part of how you keep going. So if you've been feeling tired, burnt out, stretched, exhausted, or like you're just constantly giving, I know exactly how that feels. And I didn't have someone last year to remind me of how important it was to say no and to prioritize myself. So let this be your reminder today that you are allowed to protect your energy. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to take time for yourself. And when you do, you don't become less available, less valuable. You actually become more present and more valued. And that changes how we stay sustainable in fostering, but also in every area of our lives. So take the time today to prioritize you, your rest, and your sustainability for your home. Thank you for being a part of the Fostering Kingdoms community. If this episode has resonated with you, I'd love to invite you to be an active member today, simply by liking this video, subscribing to our podcast, and even sharing this episode with a fellow foster carer who may be feeling tired, stretched, and burnt out right now. Let this be their reminder that they too can rest. And if you're looking for some support or resources, you can find everything at fosteringkingdoms.com. But if you're not ready to leave yet, don't worry, we can hang out some more.